Hello and welcome back to Stopgap Dance Company replay channel. We are doing an articulation exercise based on the details of hands and feet. Hello, and this is an articulation. First thing we're going to do is finding our working position. I got Laura here with me and I got Millie as well. And I'm going to show you 3 different translations on hands and feet and putting them all together. So first thing we do is finding our working position. Draw a circle with our wrist and our heel. We flick out and show our palms. We ripple our fingers and toes. We pull back and squeeze. From here, we ripple to one side, to the front. From here, we transfer our weight to our left with a reach or a balance for that. And then from here, we place our foot and our hands on our shoulder and we can then brush down and place it onto our hip. From the top, the first thing we do is drawing a circle with our wrist and heel. We flick the palms of the hand and the foot. We ripple our fingers and toes. We pull back and squeeze. We ripple to one side and to the front. We transfer our weight to the left. From here, we place, brush down and touch hip. From here, we flick our fingers out and that takes us around through face to front again. And we'll add a hand in to finish the circle. From here, we are going to do arms and feet together. So the arms go out, inwards, and into robots. And our feet goes going out and out. Here, together, it will look like this. Around and robot. From here, you'll find your own balance. And then from here, we find back to our working position. And now we do it with music.
This was an example of an exercise with different layers in the exercise made relevant to different bodies within the class. This is something that's really useful because as a wheelchair dancer in particular, it can be very frustrating when thought isn't given to the diversity of needs of the different bodies within a dance class. There can be many frustrations as a dancer with a different body when trying to access a standard dance class, particularly if you're new to translating movement. For example, it might be that the speed and pace of the class is too fast. It might be that the moves are too fast, but also that the pace of teaching is too fast. Because as someone, a dancer, who's having to translate moves, there's a lot of processes that are having to happen. So you're watching the teacher dance, and then you're trying to find your own variation or translation of their moves. Then when it comes to the next move, you might realise that your translation for that move doesn't flow with your previous translation. So trying to find the flow can be difficult with your translations as opposed to the original movement. Then you're having to remember all of that information. What can be really useful and help with this is if the teacher gives a clear purpose behind the moves, and that helps you make your choices when you're finding your own translation. Also, if the teacher can use open language or language that's relevant to everyone within the class, then that really helps with remembering your translations and the moves. Because it can be so challenging to be constantly finding your translations and remembering them, it's also really helpful if within the class there is a mixture of set exercises as well as some improvisation, so you're not having to remember everything all of the time. And it's also really useful if the teacher gives permission for everyone in the class to find their own translations, as it can be really intimidating if you're the only one in the class doing something that's slightly different to everyone else.